Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. A very warm welcome from, actually, I'm lying. It's a very cold, chilly, snowy welcome from the south coast of the UK. Couldn't even make it into London to go to work today, to go do the day job, as it were, because the trains weren't running. A lot of the roads around here are closed. Unseasonal snow. A good 8 to 10 centimetres where we're recording the podcast today, which is where I live, on the south coast of the UK. Normally, it's the warmest bit of the country, but we've had a lot of snow today, and tomorrow looks like it's going to be more of the same. Well, here is today's news about electric cars and the future of transport. My name is Martin Lee, and this is your EV News Daily for Friday, the 2nd of March, 2018. Well, coming up today, what else could we talk about? We will talk exclusively a podcast special about the brand new Jaguar I-PACE and why it does deserve the term game changer. Just finished watching the global digital reveal, as they call it. The Facebook Live and the YouTube Live broadcast. Really good, really funny. Johnny Smith, who is at Car Pervert, who's done some great EV videos, shared the most interesting specs on the car. He had kind of the techie bits to talk about. So I've just literally turned that off and starting to bring my thoughts together about what we think about the I-PACE. And I thought I would share with you the top 10 things I noticed and jotted down about the new Jaguar I-PACE. See if you agree or disagree. That would be interesting. The car is going to be made in Graz in Austria, and it's going to be on sale by the summer. So let's start our top 10 countdown. And at number 10, I thought the most interesting thing about the Regen is that it has two different modes, but the strongest one, they say, is enough for you not to have to use the brake pedal. What they weren't clear on is whether that involves the friction brakes. I don't think I missed that on the broadcast earlier today. Like the Nissan LEAF's ePedal, will you have to touch the brakes to come to a complete standstill or hold it on a hill, forwards and backwards? Or is it just extremely strong regen like you might have experienced before? However, if it will bring you almost to a stop, that's exactly what we want from Regen Options. In ninth place, the Battery Preconditioning. Well, batteries are a bit like us humans. We like it around 20 degrees C, and not how it is outside at the moment, which is minus 6 degrees C. And when the I-PACE is plugged in, it'll use thermal management to ensure your precious electrons are kept exactly how they like to be kept, thanks to a heat pump for when it's cold, for both the cabin and the batteries. In 8th place, I thought I would jot down the tech as being very impressive. Jaguar's recent internal tech on their touchscreens, which does sound a bit of a mouthful, all a bit corporate. It's called In Control Touch Pro Duo. It's an infotainment system. We've seen it on the Range Rover Velar and the new Range Rover Sport, and it relies on a couple of touchscreens working in conjunction with the sensors and the physical buttons. It's not just all one big screen like the Tesla Model 3. I think that's probably a good thing for most people. If you still have a couple of buttons where Jaguar owners think that they should be, it's probably the path of least resistance. Unless you're a company like Tesla who are redefining so much, you might not be able to get away with it like they can. In 7th place, Alexa, all part of the connected car these days. This is what happened on the live broadcast earlier.
This is the bit where I ask, Alexa, ask Jaguar Remote how long until my car is fully charged.
Your car is currently 62% charged. It will be fully charged in 27 minutes.
Well, you can ask your Amazon Echo device things like, is my car locked? What's the charging level? Oh, do I have enough battery range to get to work today? And your Amazon Echo Alexa device will tell you the answers. In 6th place, I thought the size was absolutely perfect. Not too big, not too small. It's called a medium SUV, incidentally. That's the official term for it. The short overhangs at the front and the rear make the most of the battery platform. It's a skateboard design battery, and the most of the interior space as well. The front seats moved all the way forward, keeping only the room at the front needed for the crash structure. Now, the short, low bonnet and curved rear screen, the little aero spoiler at the back, standard on all models, make the Tesla Model X, when you put them next to each other, look a little bit old and a little bit flabby. Can't believe I'm saying that. Right, into the top 5, and in 5th place, the range. That's where we get serious. 300 miles, 90 kilowatt hour battery, CCS combo charger for rapid charging. The charging speed officially now revealed as 100 kilowatts. 0 to 80% in 45 minutes. That is not exceptional, but it's where all of the competitors are going to be, like the Mercedes EQC and the Audi e-tron. They're all going to be 90, 100, 110 kilowatt hour batteries, that kind of thing. Right, in fourth place, I put the I-PACE e-Trophy. And I know that's a bit of a cheat because it wasn't really revealed today, but it is important to expose these new cars to a new audience and to see them. It's Jaguar. It's a sexy, fast brand, and you're going to see them at speed 30-minute races supporting the Formula E series around the world. 20 cars on track at the same time. The cars are going to be modded for racing with some extra aero bits and diffuser. Can't wait to see those and see how they go as well. Right, into the top three. My third favourite thing was the performance. 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, I think, is all you need, right? You can go quicker. Of course, Teslas just blow that away at 2.9 seconds. But why do you want that? Because any more and you get into the territory of losing your license. So seriously, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. If you don't back off shortly after that, you get into illegal territory anyway in most countries. It's sports car performance. 2 motors designed by Jaguar, actually, both front and rear of equal size. Now, Jaguar have this tradition of being a sporty, well-handling brand. Their cars very good to drive. They want to uphold that image, right? So the optional air suspension on the I-PACE is going to make a big difference. You can lower the car by 10 mil at speed to reduce drag. The battery being all the way down at the bottom, designed on a clean sheet of paper, as you would do. Skateboard design means the centre of gravity is down low, and the weight distribution, they say, is exactly 50-50. It's 394 horsepower and 298 kilowatts of power. Right, 2 more things to go. In second place, I put the value. Yeah, I'm going to have a hard job selling you that value is one of my top 10 things on this car when it costs £63,500, but bear with me. Right, that's the price for the base model. In the UK, we get a plug-in grant of £4,500. That takes it down to £58,500. No, 59. That's still a very expensive car. 3 trim levels, so we are talking about the lowest trim level here as well. 1 drivetrain, 1 battery size. Look, the car is all aluminium. It's really high tech. They're giving it a 3-year unlimited warranty, unlimited mileage, 8-year battery warranty. These kind of things are essential to get combustion engine drivers over to EVs because it just puts their mind at rest. The price parity with a Tesla Model S 75, by the way, in the UK, they are within £1,000 of each other. The Jaguar is £1,000 cheaper. It's got a much larger battery. It does the same range. It's got way more power, 394 brake horse versus 329 for the Tesla. Almost 50% more torque, an interior that looks like it could be in any top-of-the-spec Range Rover. It's got a similar 0 to 60 time as the Tesla as well. And, you know, Jaguar have done all of that before any other major legacy car maker. They made those big investments at a time when they didn't know they were definitely going to get any return on that. And fair play for charging what they are charging. It is right there. If you've got £60,000 to spend, it's right there to be a big success. And the number one thing that I loved hearing about with this brand new Jaguar I-PACE is over-the-air updates. Now, I thought long and hard about what to make number one in our little top 10 here on the podcast. Let me try and convince you why this should be the number one thing to look forward to. You see, combustion engine cars have had 100 years to get better and get where they are today, which is still massively polluting, still crazy bad for public health, still massively inefficient in terms of the energy extracted from fuel. It all goes to heat, still made of way too many parts, still reliant on you taking it back to a dealer when it has a fault, who then just plugs it in and reads off the screen. In the last few short years, the pace of change for EVs has been so much faster, from battery tech and the price of those coming down from $1,000 per kilowatt hour to whatever it is now. I mean, less than 200, right? 100 is that benchmark, and drivetrains, operating systems, all getting better, like monthly, right? If you own a Tesla, you get these updates so often. All of that means your car is far more like a mobile phone in the future, as it's basically some commoditized hardware that most people could get their hands on, right? Only being made special by custom software. And the same culture of updates are going to apply to what we use to get us around in the future. Now, the idea of buying a car and it still being the same in 12 months' time is now very old-fashioned. And very soon, people are going to expect their car to be updated, just like their mobile phone. New safety features coming online, new efficiencies being developed by the people that made the car. The architecture of an EV is basically a big battery, some hardware, a big computer, but then the clever bit is all in the software. And that lends itself to constant improvement. And you only need to look at Tesla to see what I'm talking about with things like the improvement to Autopilot 2 and those kind of things. Well done, Jaguar. You're leading the way. Well, finally, a couple of housekeeping points. A documentary called Fully Charged aired at the end of the webcast, giving a behind-the-scenes insight into the creators of the I-PACE. I haven't watched it all yet, because I want to come in here and record this straight away with my thoughts fresh. You can watch it on the Jaguar website. I'm going to go do that right now. You can have a look at my top 10 articles that I quickly found online being published during the live webcast earlier. I've put them all in the podcast description, and I've put them on the blog page as well, where all the podcasts go, if you'd prefer to go to that and click through. The website, by the way, is evnewsdaily.com. That's evnewsdaily.com. If you haven't checked out our little WordPress blog, go check it out. The podcasts live on there as well. Well, the order books are now open for the Jaguar I-PACE, and I will be looking down the back of the sofa for some extra spare change. Thank you for listening today. Hope you enjoyed it. We'd love to spread the word about electric cars, so please do share this with at least one person who might be interested. A reminder, all of our previous podcasts are on iTunes, Google Play, and now Spotify's podcast section. Whilst you're there, you can subscribe for free. That's the best thing to do. I do it with all my podcasts, and you get them automatically, and it's just easy. So hit on subscribe, costs you nothing, and then you'll get them automatically. If you can leave a quick review and rating, that'd be great. If you have an Amazon Echo, download our skill. You can get this as a flash briefing by searching EV News Daily. Same as on Twitter, at EV News Daily. Have a wonderful Friday. Normal service will be resumed with a full news update for your weekend. Have a great day, and I'll catch you tomorrow.